Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered if the vitamins you're taking might actually be doing more harm than good? It's surprising, but almost 1 in 3 adults over 65 are taking vitamins that could put their health at risk. I know, it sounds crazy. You've probably been told that vitamins are supposed to help with things like boosting your energy, protecting your heart, or keeping your brain sharp. But here's the truth. Too much of certain vitamins can actually increase your chances of having a stroke, or even cause nerve damage. For example, did you know that too much vitamin D can raise your risk of stroke? Or that taking too much vitamin B6 could cause permanent nerve damage? These are real risks, and they're more common than you think. In fact, the CDC has found that a lot of older adults are unknowingly taking too many supplements without realizing the dangers. But don't worry, I'm here to help you figure all this out. Stick with me, and in just a few minutes, you'll know exactly which vitamins to take, which to avoid, and how to stay safe and healthy, so you can keep enjoying life to the fullest. Alright, so let's dive a little deeper into something that might be affecting you or someone you care about, the use of vitamins. Now, we all know that as we age, our bodies need a little extra support. And for many of us, that support often comes in the form of vitamins and supplements. We hear it all the time: take this vitamin for energy, that one for better heart health, and so on. But what if I told you that some of these very supplements, which we take in good faith, might actually be putting our health at risk? Let's talk about something that's been on my mind lately. As we age, our bodies don't process things the same way. And that includes how we handle vitamins. Take vitamin D, for instance. Now, it's a good vitamin, essential, in fact, for bone health and immune function. But did you know that too much vitamin D can actually raise your risk of a stroke? It's true. I've seen it in my practice, and I want to make sure you're aware of the potential risks so you can stay healthy. According to the CDC, a study found that about 1 in 5 older adults are getting too much vitamin D. And while they may think it's harmless, those high levels of vitamin D can cause calcium to build up in the bloodstream. This, in turn, can lead to stiffened arteries and increased blood clot risks. So, what starts out as a simple attempt to stay healthy can lead to complications. Does this sound familiar to you? If you've been taking vitamin D supplements regularly, especially in high doses, this is something worth paying attention to. And if you're feeling a little worried about what that might mean for your health, trust me, you're not alone. I've had countless conversations with patients just like you, who didn't realize the potential dangers of excessive vitamin intake. If that sounds like you, give this video a like. You're not alone in this journey. We'll work through it together. Now, let's take a closer look at some specific vitamins that, while helpful in the right amounts, can cause big problems when overused. I want to make sure you have all the information you need to make informed decisions about your health. Let's start with vitamin E. This vitamin is commonly used for heart health and to fight off those oxidative stresses that come with aging. You may have heard that vitamin E is good for your heart and even your skin. And it's true, in moderate amounts, it has its benefits. But here's the catch: too much vitamin E, especially when combined with blood thinners like warfarin, can make it harder for your blood to clot. This can lead to internal bleeding, something that many older adults might not be aware of. I've had patients come to me worried about bruising, or even small cuts that just won't stop bleeding, and after a bit of investigation, we've found that their high doses of vitamin E were part of the problem. It's something that's all too common. So if you've been taking a supplement with vitamin E, and especially if you're on blood thinners, this is something to be cautious about. And while we're talking about vitamin E, let's touch on vitamin B6 for a moment. Many people take B6 to help with nerve support and brain function. It's one of those vitamins you'll see advertised for improving memory or reducing nerve pain. But if you take too much, it can actually do the opposite and cause permanent nerve damage. Symptoms like tingling or numbness in the hands and feet, or even trouble with balance, are signs that your body may be getting too much of it. In fact, according to the Mayo Clinic, taking excessive amounts of vitamin B6 over time can cause nerve damage that can be irreversible. So, it's important to stick to the recommended daily allowance unless your doctor specifically tells you otherwise. I understand that the intention behind taking these vitamins is often to help your body function better, to give you that boost or support you're looking for. But too much of a good thing can sometimes backfire, and the risks can be bigger than most people realize. If this is starting to make you think about your own supplement routine, I want you to know that you're not alone. Many people don't realize the dangers until it's too late. If this resonates with you, I'd love for you to share it in the comments. I truly read them all. Now that we've covered vitamin D, E, and B6, let's talk about 2 more vitamins that many seniors may be taking without realizing the risks involved. These next 2 are particularly tricky, and I want you to pay close attention to this. First, let's talk about vitamin A. You might not hear as much about it, but it's just as important as the others. It plays a key role in vision, immune health, and skin. But just like everything else, too much vitamin A can be harmful. And for older adults, it can be especially dangerous. You see, when we age, our body doesn't process things the same way. If you take high doses of vitamin A over time, it can actually lead to increased pressure in the brain. This can cause things like headaches, blurred vision, dizziness, and even cognitive problems. It sounds scary, right? I've had patients who started experiencing these symptoms, and when we looked deeper, we discovered that it was their high-dose vitamin A supplements that were contributing to the issue. That extra vitamin A can build up in your body's fat stores over time, and before you know it, you're dealing with complications that could have been avoided with a simple change in your routine. According to doctors at Harvard Health, it's not just about what you take, it's also about how much and how often. So, if you've been taking vitamin A on your own or as part of a multivitamin, it's worth checking in with your doctor to make sure it's the right amount for you. Now, moving on to another common vitamin, niacin. You might recognize it as vitamin B3, and it's often used to help with cholesterol levels and support heart health. But here's the thing, taking high doses of niacin can cause your blood pressure to fluctuate dangerously, putting you at higher risk of stroke. The tricky part is that niacin can cause your blood vessels to expand rapidly and then constrict, which puts a lot of stress on your heart and brain. I remember a patient of mine, an older gentleman who had been prescribed niacin to help with his cholesterol. After a while, he started feeling dizzy, and his blood pressure was all over the place. We had to adjust his dosage to something more appropriate for his age and health, and things improved. But that's the kind of thing that can sneak up on you. Niacin can seem like a simple, harmless supplement, but when used improperly it can cause real problems. The takeaway here is simple. Even vitamins that are meant to support heart health and overall wellness can be dangerous if taken incorrectly. You might think that more is better, but in many cases, it's just the opposite. If this is making you reflect on the supplements you're taking, know you're not alone. I've talked to so many older adults who didn't realize that some of these vitamins could be affecting their health in ways they never imagined. If you've been there, share your thoughts in the comments below. I really want to hear your experiences. We can all learn from each other. I know this has been a lot to take in, and you might be feeling a little concerned about your vitamin routine. But here's the good news. There's a better, safer way to take care of your health, and it doesn't involve worrying about taking dozens of supplements every day. You see, the best way to nourish your body is through real, whole foods. I can't tell you how many of my patients have experienced incredible improvements in their health simply by switching to a diet that's rich in natural nutrients. When you focus on eating the right foods, you're giving your body what it truly needs, without the risks of oversupplementation. For example, leafy greens like spinach and kale are packed with vitamin K, which helps with blood clotting and bone health. And fatty fish like salmon and mackerel are filled with omega-3 fatty acids, which are great for brain health and reducing inflammation. These whole foods don't just give you a vitamin boost, they help support your heart, your bones, and even your mood. Let's not forget about berries, especially blueberries. They're full of antioxidants, which help protect your brain and keep your memory sharp. I always tell my patients that eating a variety of colors on your plate is one of the best ways to ensure you're getting a wide range of nutrients. And when it comes to brain health, whole grains like oats and brown rice provide steady energy throughout the day, keeping your mind and body functioning at their best. You might be thinking, that sounds great, but it's hard to make these changes. I get it. Life gets busy, and eating healthy can feel overwhelming at times. But here's the thing, you don't have to be perfect. Start small. Maybe you try adding a serving of greens to your lunch or swap out a processed snack for a handful of nuts. Little changes over time can make a big difference. And here's where the power of moderation comes into play. It's not about cutting out every supplement or food you love, it's about finding the balance. Yes, supplements can be helpful, but they should never be a replacement for a healthy, well-rounded diet. I've seen patients who came to me with a bag full of vitamins, only to realize that they were getting more than they needed. Together, we focused on adding more whole foods to their diet, and the results were remarkable. Their energy went up, their blood pressure improved, and they felt more in control of their health. If you've ever felt overwhelmed or confused about what to eat or what supplements to take, trust me, you're not alone. The good news is that making small, manageable changes can lead to huge improvements over time. If this approach sounds like something you want to try, give this video a like. You don't have to do it all at once, just take one step at a time, and you'll be amazed at the difference it can make. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with one important message: your health is in your hands. It's easy to get caught up in the latest trends and quick fixes, but the truth is, a balanced, mindful approach to nutrition will always be your best bet for staying healthy, especially as you get older. I've worked with so many people throughout my career, and one of the things I've seen time and time again is that taking control of your health doesn't have to be complicated. Yes, it's important to be informed, and yes, it's vital to check in with your doctor about your supplements. But at the end of the day, when you focus on eating whole, nutrient-rich foods, you're providing your body with everything it needs to thrive. There's no magic pill, no quick fix that will replace the benefits of a well-balanced diet and an active lifestyle. And it's never too late to start making healthier choices. Whether it's swapping out a processed snack for some fresh fruit or finding ways to get a little more exercise each day, these small decisions add up and can have a huge impact on your health. I know it can feel overwhelming at times, especially when it seems like there's so much conflicting information out there. But remember, you don't have to do it all at once, and you certainly don't have to do it alone. Start with what feels manageable for you, and take it step by step. If there's anything I've learned in my years of practice, it's that the most important thing is to listen to your body and take care of it, day by day. You've earned the right to live a long, healthy life, and you deserve to feel your best at every stage. If you found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you'd give us a like. If not, type 0 in the comments, but if it helped, let us know by typing 1. And don't forget to subscribe for more life-saving health tips. You're never alone on this journey, and I'm here to help.